Just go somewhere else. I can't take this nonsense anymore. How are you going to blame the defense?
I got the power. Screw green bean. Damn it.
But once you get to the sausage, I feel like we're doing something.
Go Jets.
What would you give up to see a Jets Super Bowl?
All of my friends and family.
Hit those milk thumbs, boys and girls.
Freeze run.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies, and stand by, bitches. It's now time for Talkin' Jets with your hosts, Matt, Ryan, and Greenbean.
Welcome to Talkin' Jets. My name's Ryan, and I'll be your pilot tonight. I am joined alongside my lovely co-pilots. I have Mr. Greenbean to my this way. I got Mr. Matt O'Leary to my that way. Boys, how you doing tonight? Greenbean.
Running out of steam, fellas. I don't know what to say. I'm just listening to people. I'm ready to listen to the chat. I'm ready. I'm happy to be here with you guys. But boy, oh boy, is this a fun one.
We just find new ways to get frustrated every friggin' week. O'Leary, how you doing tonight?
I can't believe we waited all off season. Like, I can't wait for the season to come. And 6 weeks in, I'm like, I can't wait for the season to be over. Please end the suffering. I'm looking forward to the bye week. Do anything else but watch football. Just, I don't know, go drink or destroy my body and put things in that it shouldn't be having. I'm so frustrated with this team, man. It's so annoying.
You know what, Matt? I think after your wedding, you should just go on like a season honeymoon. Just don't even worry about it. Just a full, 6 weeks, 8 weeks after the wedding.
Perfect. The post game after the Ravens game, which is the next day, is literally going to be from my phone in a puddle on my couch. Ravens 40, Jets 12. See you next week. Click.
Oh, boys. If you're just hopping in here, make sure you hit that like button for us. We're going to pick a t-shirt, hat, mug, jersey, qualifier at the end of this stream. Someone's going to win it. And for every 10 likes we get on this video, we're going to add a qualifier to that pool. If you guys are watching this after the fact, after we've aired, just leave a timestamp comment down below, or a comment in general down below, and you'll get entered to next week's t-shirt, hat, mug, shirt, pillow giveaway. We had a game this past week. Luckily, it was on at 9:30 in the morning, and we didn't have to worry about ruining the entirety of our Sunday. We just had to deal with, nationally televised minus 10 yards on the whole damn day net passing by Justin Fields, 9 sacks, just an absolute blunder at the quarterback position, and an even, equally as big blunder, I feel like, from our head coach. I really felt like this was just an abysmal performance by one Aaron Glenn. Both at the end of the half and at the end of the game, the two most critical parts of the game, and just I could not. I just shook my head. I was like, "This is what we got. This is how this is going to go down." And even honestly, when it was, what was it? When it was 10 to 9, and we get the safety because they cause a penalty in the end zone. I was like, if we win this 11-10 because of one of the most outrageous ways to score, in my opinion. It would be the most Jets thing possible. We scored more points from our penalties than our offense scored. It's bonkers. No touchdowns for the New York Jets. Bean, what are your thoughts on the game? I know you were live streaming it. How'd you feel?
Yeah. We had a fun time. We had a really great chat. And it was one of those games where it was frustrating and all that, but it was nice to see the defense, because that's been our real problem, right? Obviously Justin Fields, and there's problems, but the defense was embarrassingly bad with the missed tackles and everything, and going on with them. But they came out, the Jermaine Johnson impact, and then I guess you can add Brownlee, who his second play as a Jet gets that forced fumble. So adding those two guys, the impact was immediate. It was undeniable. Everybody looked faster. So it was like one of those games where, like, okay, we're looking at some progress here, and that I forgot all about that penalty you're talking about, Ryan. I honestly forgot all about it. So that was interesting. So it was like one of those games where even though it wasn't like we weren't, it wasn't a really good game, it was close and it felt competitive. You know what I mean? It felt like, because look, I fully expected they beat the Eagles last week. I thought we were going to get shellacked. I thought it would take a few minutes, and there was a moment there where I felt, oh, Sean Payton's got us. It was like drive 3, series 3. I'm like, all right, he's got it, So anyway, we had a good time because it felt like it was going to be competitive, and just so happens, like we talk about all the time, the offense can put up 27 points or 32 points. The defense is nowhere to be found. And then the defense goes, right, we're going to stiffen up. And the offense goes, well, we're not going to show up that day. That's just kind of that's been our experience for years. And it was one of those today, too. I mean, you brought up a lot. We can kind of open the can as we go. But that's how I felt overall. It was like, it's incredibly frustrating. But I thought numerous times in that game, like, all right, we're going to win this. You know what I mean? Like, not like if we won, it was like some amazing showing or anything, but a win is a win is a win, So it just felt like that for a little while. So I don't know. Interesting game.
Matt, how about you? How'd you feel about the game?
It was one of the more annoying games that I remember watching. And for a lot of the reasons that Green Bean just listed out, the defense couldn't stop anyone all year. First 5 weeks of the year, they're giving up 30 points a game. This week, they hold Denver to 13. They create a turnover. They don't have the penalties. They don't turn the ball over. They have a great special teams day, right?
Yeah.
Like Nwanu's back. He has a huge return. Austin McNamara might be the best player on the team, which is sad for a whole other litany of reasons. Nick Folk's hitting his field goals. And the Jets have -10 net passing yards in a game, which is just unfathomable. It's just an insane number. The sad fact, if the Jets had 30 net passing yards in this game, they probably win. They needed 15 yards at the end and couldn't get there. If they had 30, they probably win this game. But no, -10 net passing yards. I still am not over that.
It is absolutely infuriating what we have to put up with this team week in and week out. I want to acknowledge a few super chats real fast. Greg Gag, the Gag comes in joining the OnlyFans. Jumping over to Blitz Crew, thank you for the 20 spot, says Nick Mangold needs a kidney transplant. If you're type O and are interested in getting evaluated, please go to Columbia Surgery Kidney Transplant. Click on I want to donate my kidney, Milk Thumbs for 74.
Milk Thumbs.
So for those of you guys that are not on Twitter or don't get some of the sports updates out there, Nick Mangold needs a kidney transplant, and he has reached out to the Ohio State and New York Jets fan bases to spread some awareness and see if we can find him a match. So if you want to try and do something really freaking cool, head over there. Thank you, Blitz Crew, for bringing attention to that.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I mean, obviously it's at a point of urgency. If he's blowing it out to the world like that, it's kind of a thing you would, I think generally keep private, and he's saying, hey, to the world, like, I need help, so that gives me a little bit of a fear. It's like scary, a little bit of a chill. I will say there's somebody in the chat that I know that has typo negative. I don't want to blow up their spot. So if it's cool, you can let me know if that's all right to commend you, a good sir. But there's somebody that already put their name on the list who's in our chat currently right now.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Chat.
That's us.
Whoever you
All
are.
right. Okay, it's Crossfire.
Wow, there we go.
Yeah. Crossfire, everybody. Throw some fucking fire emojis in the chat.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, Crossfire.
Chats and hearts for Crossfire. I mean, what an amazing thing, right? Dude, this is real shit. My kidney. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like, yeah, sure, I can lend you $10. So Crossfire already put his name on the list. He has the appropriate blood type, and that's an amazing thing, dude. And it just I commend you, Crossfire. Milk dunk for you. I squeezed his little milk udder if you wanted to.
Milk
That's
is
almost
utter.
as it's almost as generous as him coming to my house and installing an outlet for me. Almost.
Crossfire is like
Did that
one
too.
of the
He's the best.
nicest
The best.
people in our chat that we've come across. He came up with the rigged emoji. We've got like endless, moments with Crossfire as well as a bunch of you guys. But you guys know Crossfire well from the show, so make sure you drop those fire emojis in there. Crossfire did drop in a super chat, says, "I'm glad I decided to sleep in and watch the game later." Crossfire, you're awesome.
Yeah,
Good
if I decided to sleep in, and so I'm sure he didn't spoil it for himself, but if I somehow saw the score, I don't think I'd want to put myself through that. But I got a positive spin. Can fast forward through commercials, so that's a win. Crossfire.
Yeah.
So funny. I was pretty proud of myself on Sunday morning. I had a power outage at 8:30 in the morning, and I was like, all right, so how am I going to watch this game? Let me see if I can get it all set up. I set up. I have a projector in my house, and I bought one of those little Anchor batteries. And let's see if I can show it. I used my phone's hotspot, the projector, the battery, and everything. I was able to throw the game on the screen. Got power like 2 hours later, but it made it last. I was able to MacGyver myself away to watch the worst Jet game I've seen since probably like the "Did you let your defense down" game from Zach Wilson. Like, this was tough to watch.
Yeah,
9 sacks. I don't know.
8 of which were entirely his fault. Maybe 7.
Yeah, I think I saw 7 or 5 or 6 I saw was like sort of, or no, sorry, 6 or 7 I saw was possibly the count. It was like the two were on like the O-line, one might have been on the play, I think is what Dom was saying. It's just brutal. I mean, he has what, 5.5 seconds to throw the ball? There's a little, he's a mobile quarterback, so some of that is extended because of, him being mobile. But like, there are dudes running wide open. How many plays do we see where we're like, all right, that guy, why isn't he pulling the trigger? Why isn't he throwing it? Infuriating, Matt.
Yeah, I pulled up the Zach Rosenblatt tweeted it out. On the 9 sacks, they were an average of 3.95 seconds. So nearly 4 seconds on each one of those sacks on average. One of them was 7.7. The first sack of the game, I was like genuinely upset because like that was a great offensive line rep. Mm-hmm. And Fields is kind of just like not even running, but like walking and ends up taking a sack. Like, dude, just and I know Kurt Warner had some fun online today going at some Jets fans and some Jets content creators, but
yeah. So what?
If no one's open, just could you throw it away? Do you have to take a sack? He's Justin Fields. Run, do something, man. Come on, what are we doing here?
What was he saying though? So Nanny was doing some statistical stuff, and Kurt Warner corrected him or something. Like, hey, actually, like one of those.
It was a clip on film, and Kurt Warner was going through like what the read progression on the play would be and why he didn't get to the open guy, kind of a thing. He threw the underneath route instead of throwing to someone who was open further down the field, and he's like, that's not how the read goes.
Gotcha. Yeah. So that's it, like you were saying, Ryan. I mean, it's like let me say it this way. Let me ask you, we were having this discussion in the live stream for the game. Somebody was saying like this is the worst game by a quarterback, and like this is worse than anything Zach ever put out, I think is how they put it. And it's like, yeah, but there's no interceptions. Like, isn't that crazy? Justin Fields has what? No interceptions this year. It's amazing, right?
True.
It's really, I mean, it's like we live inside of a fun house, like a carnival fun house. Like that's what this is.
It's all simulation.
It's just whatever. Yeah, it's all craziness. But like, what's worse? This, like, with negative 10 yards net on the day through the air, passing game, or watching 4 or 5 interceptions, which we've seen more than once, whether it's Mark Sanchez, Ryan Fitzpatrick did it.
He had 6, Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, in the most important game of his Jet career.
Just about.
Yep.
Amazing.
Absolutely insane.
What's worse?
Well, Crossfire throws in which game is worse, this game or when Rodgers went down in 4 plays? I mean, I was hurt way more with the Rodgers going down. Like this, I sort of expected like a loss, so like it's more painful. The game itself, when Rodgers went down, was a better game, but as a fan, there's no contest there. Jack comes in and says, if we want to talk drafting a quarterback, I'm starting to think Mendoza is emerging as the one. Yeah, when you look at all the Jet fans on the Twitterverse right now, everyone's sort of gravitating towards Mendoza. I would tend to agree. We got to see the 4 quarterbacks go kind of in 2 games, Mendoza versus Moore and Nussmeier versus Sellers. I thought Mendoza looked good outside of the pick 6. And then Moore I thought looked fine, but I thought maybe his like the playmakers around him were able to do more than maybe Moore was asked to do. Not a knock on him or anything. Nussmeier I thought looked all right, and then Sellers just kind of had a rough go of it. He's more physical freak than anything else. Yeah, Dom likens him to Justin Fields now. So like he could progress further. He's obviously like a very crazy athletic block of clay, like Cam Newton-esque. Very, very talented, but incredibly raw. And I don't know if that's the style of quarterback I feel like.
Is that what you want?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Sellers has the potential to be the best by a country mile. Like, I think he has the athletic upside. But like, I think it's one of those situations where I just let someone else develop him. Like Mendoza for me is like, okay, at the very least, we're getting basically a quicker version of Jared Goff. That's sort of what it looks like to me, and I would sign up for that. I would say
feels safer, right?
Yeah, like a safe floor. It seems like he's going to make the right decisions. He can quickly read the defenses and whatnot. Like it seems like he's got it. When I think of like the quarterbacks that I've watched so far. Oh yeah. Like we're hedging our own, like, I don't know. It's normally you want to draft like the best possible player that like with the highest upside potential. And like, it doesn't, I guess it's not all the time, but I think Mendoza is more of a fit for the Jets right now based on our history of stuff. I really like John Mateer a lot. Like he played with a broken hand versus Texas, or coming back from a broken hand versus Texas. I really want him to be like awesome. He gives me like Baker Mayfield vibes.
He didn't play well in that game. He probably came back too early, but just watching I don't think any of the quarterbacks popped and had like an unbelievable game. The Mendoza interception, I think, was the thing that hindered his performance the most, because outside of that, I thought he was playing a good game, but you can't overlook a turnover. A turnover is a turnover. But I'm with you. I think Mendoza feels safer. Sellers can be awesome. He could be Cam Newton, or we could just have Justin Fields. So the high variance players scare me a little bit. We've been burned too many times.
And Nussmeier feels like sort of safe too. Like he's kind of a prototypical size. That Mendoza's the same way. Mendoza is like 6'5". I think Nussmeier's maybe 6'4" or 6'5". Bean, did you watch any of the games on Saturday?
Well, yeah, I watched the Alabama game, and then I flipped around. I wasn't able to watch the big one, Indiana.
Oregon.
I'm sorry. So Oregon, right? So I wasn't able to watch. So I watched. I watched a lot, but not, enough. The one that I got the most time with was Alabama.
How's Ty looking? I have not watched much Alabama at all. So like, he's one of the quarterbacks I just don't know much about.
Well, he's the one. So let me see. He's Ty Simpson, isn't he? Yeah, so isn't that who we're just talking about, the raw one?
We were talking about Sellers from South Carolina. He went against
Nussmeier. I said
Nussmeier.
Simpson. Yeah, so you went into Sellers. That's what I was saying. That doesn't sound like him. But anyway, yeah, he looked good, man. He looked good to me. There was some clunkers, but overall, I thought he had a really good game. He was fun to watch. I don't know where, I haven't watched them all enough, like to start, comparisons, but it was definitely a good game for him. He's an interesting one.
We're going to be talking a lot about the quarterbacks.
I like to throw out the guy from UVA. Chandler Morris, everybody.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I know. Matt was. I think it was on your stream, right? Wasn't it, Matt?
I'm pretty sure.
It's so funny because like Matt, he was trying to be nice, as Matt is, he's like, well, he's kind of blah blah. I'm like, dude, Matt could have chopped my head off, like, come on.
I would never. I love you too much.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, that's so good. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. One of these, we really got to figure out who our coach. I'm not right this second, but what the story really is. Like when we talk about, getting rid of Aaron Glenn. I mean, I did a whole spot in the Intelligent Gripe on my podcast this week, which, if I do say so myself, was one of the segments that I've done of late, maybe the past year, that I feel strongest about. Like what I identified in that game, not to say I was the only one who saw it, but my angle on it is that remember, like, so before the half ended, we did the fake punt, which by the way, but we did the fake punt and it worked.
And then they stopped.
But like, it was the weirdest thing because there was like no excitement. It was like the weirdest thing. I was saying it during the stream. I'm like, this is the least positive fake. Like, there's no excitement about this. Like,
because they put Hall out there. Hall doesn't play special teams, and then they had the whole starting offensive line.
Listen, man.
Fuck.
Listen. So we already have a good up man on the punts, right? Which is Isaiah Davis. So he's already there. Now, this whole thing with, like, we have to announce that we're going to do an onside kick, right? Which is just so dumb. It neuters it. It takes any possibility. I mean, it's like, it would take just the strangest twist of fate. It's like somebody fumbling in victory pose, right? Like, it can happen, one of those. But it's like, so what we did, we already have Isaiah Davis up there. He's competent. He can get you the yard. He can do it, right? And that's why you have those kinds of players up there. He's used to pass protecting. So if a linebacker makes it through kind of thing, he can block, but he's also a good guy. If you want to do that direct snap, he can do it. And the reason that it would work is because your same personnel is out there. We fucking put Brees out there, which basically says what?
And Green being the whole starting offensive line too. Like, it was the most, they telegraphed what they were doing. It was a miracle that it worked.
It was a miracle that it worked. And then on top of it, like, it's like, so, but what was happening, and this is when Garrett Wilson was, yelling at Aaron Glenn. He wasn't yelling at him, but he was not happy, right? So, I drank
that seemed pretty aggressive.
I got seltzer.
What the fuck are you thinking?
Well, his arms were their arms were around each other. Like I said, like you look at posturing. Nonverbal cues are very, very important. When you're yelling at someone, it's a 99.9% chance that your arms aren't around each other. It just doesn't work. Like, you can be passionately expressing an opinion, but yelling at someone, it's not anyway, that's not even the point. So, which, by the way, if you look at the picture of them walking off, you'll see who's right next to them. There's 3 people in the picture. You know who the third is?
Not sure.
That fucking security guard.
He's
way too in it, man.
Shoot him into the sun.
Dude, he's involved in everything. I know he's the fucking puppet master. He's Oz behind the curtain. I know he is. He's the guy, dude. He's the fucking problem. I know it. But anyway, so we have a successful fake punt and the whole thing, and we look confused. We don't know if we're running the clock out. We don't know what's going on. And like, there's like, Aaron Glenn's literally seen doing this. Like, all right, relax, everybody. And he's like asking, like, they're talking, nobody knows what's happening. It's one thing to decide, hey, look, we're not playing the best ball right now. We can run the clock out. We're receiving the third quarter kickoff. We'll just pack it up and we'll go push reset. And, we get out of the first half with limited, minimal damage. But he didn't do that. So he was all confused and everybody was confused. And like, so we had an opportunity there, right? We had a timeout, we had a whatever. So what I was pointing out, and then he said this in the press conference, which is all he gave a shit about. He didn't know what he was going to do. All he knew was that 2 weeks he got burned going into into halftime. One was the pick six from Tyrod Taylor in Tampa. And then obviously last week when Dallas was essentially running out the clock and we got fucking burned for a 66-yard touchdown. So Aaron Glenn was stuck, dude. All he could think about was not giving them the ball with any time left. And that is what we call a trauma response, guys. So
but he called a timeout on third down. Like, what the fuck?
Fourth down,
yeah. But he couldn't because logic was no longer a part of the equation. Him as the
force the other team to call a timeout. Like, fuck, why are we calling it? Sorry.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. But it's a bigger problem than just mismanaging the clock, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not just a mistake. It's not just, oh shit, I thought we had a this, and it's not that. It's not thinking Brees Hall has 1,000 yards when he has 6 yards to go and doesn't run them. You know what I mean? That kind of a thing. It's not a mistake. He was stuck, Ryan. He was engulfed in fear of giving them the ball back. And he couldn't even communicate that to his team. He couldn't do it because in his head, he's just like, how much time is left? Do I have enough plays to make sure that I run out the clock? That's all he cared about. That's a fucking problem, man. Like, that's a big problem. Like, Jets coaches always look like the president of the United States after 8 years in office, right? They always look gaunt and old. You see how good Saleh looks? He looks like a fucking model. You know what I mean? He's doing underwear ads for Calvin Klein. But Aaron Glenn having that debacle in his head, guys, it's a huge problem. Again, it's not isolated to just a bad decision. We see those all the time. And I've been out front saying you got to give him time to figure this shit out. That is the kind of thing I equate it to happy feet, which is when a quarterback starts getting happy feet and jumpy, they start feeling phantom pressure. We saw it with Sam Darnold in the ghost game. He's feeling things that aren't happening. Therefore, he's governing and dictating his moves and his decisions based on things that aren't real. That's what we saw. That's what we were watching. That is fucking terrifying for Game 6. He is traumatized already by what's been happening to him. And that was what we saw. Dude, it's bad. It's bad, Ryan. Like, worse than like a normal, oh man, why didn't he do this when he could have did this? It's not that simple. It's much, much deeper. And that's a fucking problem.
Jake Asman in the chat. What up, Jake? Says, Talking Jets is the best show ever. Shakespeare, overrated. Beatles, who? Nothing stops breaking down Fields' incompetence and green bean stories. Nothing tops breaking down Fields' incompetence and green bean stories. Oh, thank you, Jake. Glad to have you in here. Yeah, green bean stories and rants the last few weeks have been on point. On point. Yes.
Come for the Jets talk, stay for the porn stories.
Oh, geez. Blitzcrew comes in and says, let's not forget special teams outing in addition to the defense. Welcome back in Wangwu. This was beyond frustrating to watch. Yes. Yes, glad to have Wangwu back. And Austin McNamara balling out. Nick Folk not getting the opportunity to kick a long field goal. Like, I understand it would have been 62 yards. We had a 58-yarder under our belt. I don't know if there's any percentage. Like, you could have told me it's a 15% chance that Nick Folk makes that kick from 62 yards. And I'd say that's a better shot than Justin Fields getting 4th and 8 right now. Like, I'm sorry. I thought that was a boneheaded decision. I want to hear from both of you guys. Matt, I'll let you go first. What'd you think of the end of the game decision to go for it on 4th and 8 versus trying to kick the long field goal?
Yeah, that was another thing that we haven't touched on yet. That was a massive red flag for Aaron Glenn. So after the game, he was saying that they needed to get to the 35 for them to kick a field goal, which is like right around the 50-yarder. But he was talking about, I wouldn't want to send him out there for a 65 or 68-yard field goal. I don't know. Clearly not a math guy. I am also self-proclaimed not a math guy, but they were on the 44, which is like a 61-yard, 62-yard field goal. That's a lot different than 68. So he was only off by about 5 yards on where he thought they actually were on the field, which is a problem. Yeah, I mean, I would rather 100%. Like, I would rather take my chances of what, maybe 10%, 15% that Nick Folk hits from 62, rather than Justin Fields, who already has previously taken 9 sacks in the game.
All right.
Or 8 at the time, because he took a sack on 4th down too. Like, I knew it was over. I had no faith that they were going to be able to pick up the 8 yards there.
Yeah, none.
Bean, your thoughts on that final?
Yeah, right. So, and look, it connects to the whole diatribe that I just spewed all over you guys, you know? So it's a similar thing. And like Matt said, if he was all like, so it's one thing to say it, you know, like, all right, I said the wrong number, relaxed, everybody, you know, that's one thing. But if that's what he was thinking, then that makes more sense why he wouldn't do it. But then you got to look at the other side of that issue, which is like, who the fuck's telling you these numbers? Who's in charge of that? So who's feeding you this information? But either way, like, I do understand to a degree, because Folk has literally never hit that in his life. Now, so like it's long, he has a 18-year career. He's never hit a field goal that long.
I mean, he hit 58 like 2 weeks ago.
No, he didn't. He did a 50. Well, that's the thing. So the 58-yarder, which is his career long, happened to be a few weeks ago. So that's in your favor. So it's like, again, I'm not defending it, but I do understand it. I think the main thing, like you said, is our offense looked like dog shit the entire game. You know, the entire game, the entire day, could do very, very little. But you know, they kind of got you to where you needed to be. It's a little bit long, but that at least gives you a chance. And if he makes it, dude, you win. You win. Like, again, he's coaching from fear. Not a good sign, guys. Like, you can't have your actions dictated by fear and trauma. Like, he's literally traumatized already. 6 fucking weeks. And he's done. He's cooked. Scary.
Nose Kills comes in and says, just like Clemens works hard to be out of position, Ryan works hard to watch a 3-hour utter torture on an 80-inch screen. 120-inch projector screen.
Really? 120 inches. You hear that?
So story time. My buddy gave me the projector. He's just like, hey, I'm upgrading. I know you've wanted one for a while. I just never pulled the trigger on it. He gave me a projector. I was like, cool, I'm going to buy a screen. Becca, not thrilled with me getting a big screen. So I was like, all right, she's asleep. It was actually after one of the Talkin' Jets panels. So I'm going to put this up. And I'm like literally stacking fucking chairs and like pillows to prop up one end of this fucking projector screen and going on the other end and like drilling the holes and mounting stuff in. She comes down the next morning. She was not happy. But now the kids love it. So it's all's forgiven.
Be happy though. She did what's the story?
Because it's like I didn't really consult her, and it's in the family room, so it's a family decision and
family area. Right. Okay, I got you.
It's one of those like ask for forgiveness afterwards. Like
yeah,
don't ask
man.
for permission. That's sort of where I went with that one.
Yeah, totally.
Craig comes in. Good day, chaps from down under. Do I still get up at 2:30 a.m. for these games, enjoying the show? Dude, I don't know how you get up that early to watch a game from this damn team.
Why?
I have a hard time like giving it 100% focus when I'm watching the game. Like it's so frustrating to watch. It's like, I'm going to like do some other stuff while I'm doing it. I missed I think the first drive coming out of half because I was like, I'm going outside with the kids. I'm going to go play in the grass. Going to push some swings. So I feel you. I don't know how you wake up that early, dude. Well, thank you for coming in. Dante drops a 10 spot, says, when it comes to college quarterbacks, I also want to see what they did last year. Were they good last year, but too young to enter the draft? This year is important for sure, but do they have a good history? That's why I kind of like Mateer. He was I think it was Washington State prior to going to Oklahoma. And like the guy is just kind of a gamer. It just gets me all sorts of excited. Mendoza, I'll be honest, I did not know about Mendoza until this year. I kind of had my sights on like Klubnik, Sellers, Nussmeier, Allar, Iamaleava, Beck to some degree. Like there was just names that I like sort of stood out more than me. So I'd have to go back and like actually look at more tape. I'm only observing what I'm seeing this year. So, Matt, have you done any kind of digging into the history of any of these players yet? I think 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐞𝐞 coming into the year might have been like the favorite for the first pick from what Dom was saying. I think Nussmeier was a pretty highly touted guy as well.
Nussmeier was better last year than what he's been so far this year. There's like I don't want, not necessarily conspiracy, but there's a thought that he's playing hurt right now, and that's part of why he's not playing as well. So that's clearly part of the conversation. I like to kind of just piggyback off of what Dante's saying. I kind of like to see a guy progress year over year and show improvement year over year. That's something that I think is valuable when looking at these quarterbacks. So I think Dante's onto something here.
100%. That growth year over year and just not making the same mistakes. It's like almost the same way we sort of grade a coach throughout the course of a season. Like, okay, is he like he fumbled the end of half and the end of game thing? Don't do it again. Like, do not do it again. Don't do the dumb thing again. Bean, have you watched any of these quarterbacks at all over the last 2 years? Anyone that you're kind of gravitating towards currently, or just too early in the process?
Yeah, it's too early. Like I said, I watched Alabama this week. I'm trying to make a concerted effort to start carving out some time on Saturdays. It's tough for me. Like during the college season, especially this last 2 years, it's been even more tough. But like just in general, like I have kids, it's tough to the entire weekend just be sitting in front of a TV. You know what I mean? But so especially because Sundays are toast, with all the stuff that we're doing, recording, commenting. We do beanbagger shit, like all this stuff you do. So Sundays are toast. So, but anyway, I'm trying to kind of fold that in. I got to watch some good college football this weekend, but that's why like during draft season, I can do it because there's no games on and I can go back and kind of look at guys in, after the fact, but, so yeah, I'm not going to pretend that I'm leaning one way or the other. I will say LR going out for the season sucks no matter how you slice it. That fucking
stinks.
I mean, what,
and he
that
can't go back either. He has to come out too.
Yeah. And it makes you like, he should have came out last year, one of those shoulda, woulda, coulda kind of thing. But it's like, dude, these young guys, they work their entire life for the dream, to get here and do it. And he's going to be, if he doesn't get hurt, he's going to be a first-round pick in the NFL. No matter what his career holds, he's a multi-millionaire. He gets to be the quarterback of an NFL team. It's like the whole dream. And now, who knows? I mean, what is it going to be? A mid-rounder?
Probably fourth rounder. It's like ballpark in it.
Yeah.
Interesting question. Would you double dip? Kind of like the Kirk Cousins and Russ RG3 year for Washington.
Just take 7 quarterbacks, one in each round. One of them's
you take one at the top, and then you're like, we still need a backup. I mean, you're going to have Cook, I guess, but I mean, I don't think Allard is very good. Even before the injury, I think I would have not touched him with a 10-foot pole. So
careful.
I would say I'm out on him. Jake says, I want to have toast with green bean.
Toast. You want to have toast with me?
Well, because you were saying we're toast.
Oh.
And we're like, we're cooked.
I know. I was trying to find it. I'm like, all right, I know, because toast is definitely something we do.
Love toast. It's so good. Slap
we
a
talk
butter
toast.
on it.
Yeah, I've had toast with your dad.
I've toasted.
Yeah, that's what
guys.
I was. Thank you. I was kind of.
Oh, there we go. Okay, I see what you did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I was like trying to connect. Ryan nailed it. Thank you.
I gotcha. Wesley comes in and
Jake's dad
says,
is cool.
He is a good dude. He came to our draft party two years ago.
He did.
Yeah, I think
Brownlee.
he was joining Neil and smoking cigars inside. He don't give a fuck.
Love it. Absolutely loved it. It was fantastic. Wesley says, Brownlee gives me some faith that this regime can do their plan when they get their guys, but it's worrisome they can't change course with this roster. Yeah, look, I think that's probably a strong argument for the 2-year sample size of a coaching staff. We remember like Robert Saleh and Olbrich, when they first got here, our defense was dog shit. And then they get their guys in here and it looks significantly better. So we've got a 5-year contract with Glenn. I would be very surprised if Woody cut bait after, shelling out $50 million or whatever it was.
Well, somebody said talking about for Aaron Glenn.
Yeah.
Somebody said he got 11 million a year. I was looking it up. I didn't see that.
I've only seen people
it's
talk about it.
unpublished.
I haven't seen. Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen any official
Making $3
documentation.
million a year, 5 million. That's what he's making. 3 to 5 million. I bet.
It's just weird to say. From my understanding, is he's getting way more than Salah, and I feel like Salah was one of the top candidates his year coming out. It was him and I don't know if Daboll was still there for a little bit. Crazy.
What do you mean? The Daboll is still there.
The year that Salah was trying to become a head coach, I think it was that year, where Daboll was oh, I'm going to coach, and then he wound up going back to Buffalo for another year and then became the coach of the Giants the following year. So I think Daboll would have been one of the top guys, but I forget who else. Dan Campbell was that year. I think Mike McCarthy was the year after, maybe.
Well, think about this. So remember, the Detroit, the city council or whatever, the government in Michigan, somehow they got together and wrote a letter to the Detroit Lions about they wanted to bring Robert Saleh because he's from Michigan and the whole thing. So they actually lobbied the government. They wanted Robert Saleh to come and be their coach. They thought it was the right thing. They actually did this. And then when Dan Campbell was hired, everybody looked at it as kind of it was comedic. Remember he talked about biting kneecaps and all that kind of shit. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Then his first year, check this out. The first year, even though the Jets only won 4 games, there was a narrative out there. Thank God we didn't get Dan Campbell. Look at this fucking train wreck. You know what I mean? 0-10 and the whole thing.
Was he 0-11-1? Am I remembering that correct?
Yeah, 0-11-1, and then he ended up, what was it? 3 wins, I think.
Yeah, it was 3-13-1, I think.
Amazing.
Crazy.
Isn't that funny?
Hennessy says, great pod this week, Green Bean. I 100% agree with what you said. The sad part is we all know this will end, and we just hope it doesn't. Life of a Jets fan. I mean, I've been saying I think it's going to end.
It might have been. Well, it might have been Crossfire, Ryan. It said on this stream. I feel like it's Crossfire. Maybe I'm wrong. They said I can't wait to hate Aaron Glenn in a couple years.
Oh,
the saddest thing in the world, dude. It's we bring in a guy that, unless you didn't watch Aaron Glenn, unless you're young enough that he wasn't a part of your Jets fandom life. I mean, he's one of the guys, Jets fans love this fuck. I mean, he was one of our great Jets. It's like Revis coming back, a little bit less, of course, but it's like Revis coming back as a coach, and then 1 year, 6 games in, we want to fire him.
It's tough.
It's frustrating.
Tough.
Mudfiles coming in with a big super chat. Drops 50 spots. Says, I don't get why everyone thinks he's one and done. Who are we hiring? Who's going to stay? Knowing that it's Super Bowl or bust year 1, according to us. Let Glenn learn and get his guys in the building. If he sucks, oh well. Also, should I make my kid a Jets fan? Mudfiles, absolutely. You should make your kid a Jets fan. We have a dwindling fan base, I feel like, because we just can't get any wins. Kids don't want to be fans of a team that just consistently stinks. So yes, force your kid into being a Jet fan. Aside from that, I'm 100% on board with this. There's no person out there, no coach out there that I could possibly see if the Jets were to fire Aaron Glenn right now. We still got $43 million in dead cap space for next year. Where is the allure? Maybe if you have the first pick, but I don't even know if there's a bona fide number 1 overall quarterback that would attract a good offensive head coach here. It's a really incredibly frustrating situation to be in. And I think we're just we got to let this play out. I think Glenn's here another year, regardless of how this season goes. Matt, your thoughts on who the Jets could hire and why, any thoughts on being one and done or anything like that?
I don't want Aaron Glenn to be one and done. If they go 0-17 and have the number 1 pick, I think will be a real conversation that we'll have to have in December and January, because then the argument would be, do you want to turn into the Tennessee Titans, who draft a quarterback first overall and then fire the coach 6 games in, or the Chicago Bears with Caleb Williams? They take him first overall and then fire him after a year, and they're hiring a new coach. So
Bryce Young doing the same
Yeah.
thing. Trevor
there's
Lawrence doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
lots and lots of examples of that happening in recent years, which it obviously isn't good. So I don't have my answer through 6 games. I think you have to see how the final 11 go. But if they're winless and have the number 1 overall pick, it's going to be a real combo.
It's crazy because it's not even just like going winless. It's the teams we're playing. Like, we play games against the Bengals, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Ravens, and the Browns, all who are currently sitting within the top 10. And the Panthers are pick 13 right now. Like, we play a lot of really bad teams. We basically control our own destiny as far as it goes, like, for the number 1 overall pick. We could seal this deal with all those other teams. Absolutely brutal.
As soon as like that threshold of 51% of Jets fans actually want us to tank and go 0-17, we'll win.
Win.
Sure.
We're going to beat Buffalo the final game of the season. They're resting their starters or something stupid, and then we'll get pick 3. That's just going to happen.
Right. And then and there's only really one fucking lockdown. There's only one Matt Stafford, or you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. It's like, look, Matt Stafford in that draft, that was Matt Stafford, Mark Sanchez, and that other kid. I forget his name. I always forget.
Josh Freeman.
Josh.
That's
Freeman.
right.
Thank you.
I forgot
that
about
was
him.
that was the quarterback group in that draft class. Sanchez and Freeman toast. Sanchez had 10 years, but he was a backup the last few.
Now he's
And it's
getting
like,
10 years. Ooh.
What's that?
Sorry, I said he's getting
What
10
did he-
years. He's not actually getting
Yeah.
10 years, but
So, but it's like, that's what we do. I mean, if we haven't seen this story, I mean, it's weird because they always find a new angle, a new way to make us fucking feel like shit, or to be surprised at, like, it's just crazy how creative they really are to do this to us. But at the same time, it's still the same story regurgitated year after year. We'll be right here. Us three will be on the screen. There will be 500 people in the chat. And we'll be arguing about real fans never root against their team or never root for their team to lose. And other people will be talking about winning meaningless games is blah, 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 blah. That's right. This is what we do, man. And it's going to happen again. Like you said, like that list, it's going to be, we're going to have to work hard in order to go 0-17. It's not just going to happen. We got to work for this one.
we got earn it. JV comes in and says, "Hi guys, Aaron Rodgers, go Steelers." Look, I still am fine with moving off Rodgers. It does not faze me in the slightest. I don't know if Rodgers behind this line certainly does significantly better. The O-line or the defense would have had to kind of get their shit together a little bit earlier, but I don't know. Look, it sucks. If he doesn't go down that first year, I'm sure we're talking about him staying here and whatnot. Lou B Super Jets, I'm going to get to you in just a second, but Dante drops a big dick super chat 100 in the chat. Says, I'm sick of the fire Aaron Glenn talk. It's year 1. His mistake was coming in too cocky, overpromising, but if he learns and adjusts, he still has a real shot. It's only October. Yeah, it sucks now, but patience matters. Constantly hearing fire AG this early is exhausting. Yeah, I agree. I don't want to hear the fire AG stuff. Like, I don't care about it. I do agree 110% that the bit of bravado or like spiciness that he kind of came in with, it doesn't play when you're not winning. Like, Rex's bravado worked perfectly the first 2 years because we were winning. Even year 3, we were like, had a shot at the playoffs towards the end of the year. And then after that, it just went down the tubes and it immediately like combusted. And we're kind of seeing that right now. Like, going into the season, my expectations were not very high. I think the worst thing that happened was we actually saw a great game versus the Steelers, and it gave us all this false hope as to what we could potentially get the rest of the year. And we've seen dog shit since.
That's what happened. Right. That's what it was. We got fooled.
Teased.
Bastards. Jets are a wonder bra, and you get some A-cup boobies. Ridiculous. Matt. I don't know. But thank you, Dante, all the same. You are the
Thank you, Dante.
man.
That's awesome.
100 spot. Good guy. Get him in there a bunch of times, Green Bean.
Yeah, at least twice.
At least twice.
Yeah, I got him and Dante. I'm spreading around a little bit too, but I'll make sure that I'm not Dante, the other one, Mutt Viles. Yeah. So yeah, I'll spread you around. Get you numerous entries for the whatever the shirt. Do we still have the jersey slice?
The jersey slice still there. We still haven't had it. I feel like I might just have to like expand it a little bit more. I would have liked to have seen it pop up at some point. I think we've been doing the spin wheel now at least 2 years.
Yeah,
and
just a touch.
Yeah.
Make it a little bit bigger.
We've gotten very close to it. And I don't know why it just doesn't hit it. It's like a statistical anomaly. Like even in my like
that big.
Dude, but even like my free time where I've just mashed the button a bunch of times, I've never gotten it. And I've set the thing where I know it can absolutely land on it. And it just doesn't make any fucking sense to me. I don't know.
You know why? Because it's rigged.
It's rigged. That's what it is. It's our rigged spin wheel.
Right.
Lou B says, our ultimate goal is to win a Super Bowl. My issue is AG would not be able to coach the last 2 minutes of a massive pressure Super Bowl. As much as I love him, he is not the one. So what is the point? Right now, it's hard for me not to look at Aaron Glenn and think of was it David Culley? Is that how you say it? Was that his name from the Houston Texans when they lost Deshaun Watson and they basically just had to pay a dude to be a head coach for 2 years because no one wanted the fucking job? No one wanted our job. We got Aaron Glenn. He's here. He got the strongest contract he possibly could have gotten. He may be bounced in 2 years. And he may just be like warming the seat for whoever's here after the salary cap is cleaned up, after the team looks more attractive, after potentially we have a number 1 overall quarterback. I could see that situation come about. The decision-making from Glenn is the most alarming part because that's the part that I would like to believe strategically you could have been prepared for heading into your head coaching career. Now we'll see throughout the rest of the season if he grows from any of this and some of the head scratchers that he's had. But I would agree I'm in a not so optimistic point right now with Aaron Glenn. Peter says, releasing LT3 today, hopefully back on the practice squad, but B. Smith being added to the active roster while Garrett Wilson is out. While Garrett Wilson is out, or someone else coming in at wide receiver. I would imagine they're probably just going to use guys in-house. Matt, have we seen any moves yet?
Yeah, they did add someone. I'm pulling it up now. Not a huge name, but Trenton Irwin, who is a
cousin of Steve.
Returner / wide receiver.
Damn. Never mind.
What is he?
Not. I said cousin
wide
of Steve.
receiver / returner. He was also with Cincinnati. We're bringing everyone from Cincinnati over, I guess.
Right. Makes sense to me. Irwin. Let's see his career stats. Oh, long flowing locks. Blonde hair.
There we go.
Looks like a green bean guy.
Yeah,
he's a lunch pail kind of guy.
A good start. Maybe some bloody knuckles. I do love long hair.
I do. Carson Steele's long lost brother.
That's what it is. He's tapping into the Carson Steele love I had. Let me see here. What's he got?
Do we have a bloody knuckles favorite in the house right now?
For this week, I have my nomination ready to go. Ready to roll.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got to think about it. I got to think. Well, he's not a complete waste of space. So he came into the league 2019. He had 15 receptions in 22 for 231 yards, 4 touchdowns. 2023, he had 25 receptions for 316 and 1 touchdown. And he has not 25 stats, like 2025 stats. He hasn't stats yet. 24. Oh, he also does some little bit of rushing. He had 1 rush for 11 yards.
Nice.
I'm going to change our poll question.
He looks like a guy.
He's a dude. He's a guy. I was just going to say, I'm going to change our poll question. Should Aaron Glenn be one and done? 34% say yes. 41% say no. 26% to be determined. And to leave their comment in the chat. I mean, what is that? 60% roughly of people saying possibly to yes. It's not a great poll. Let's put some poll questions up there, Matt. If you could throw that together while we're kind of talking through some of these other super chats and whatnot. Let's do Bloody Knuckles qualifiers for this week. I think I'm gonna give it to. You know what? I have two that I'm kind of floating around in my head. I'm gonna go with Jermaine Johnson coming back and having himself like a nice, right off the bat, like causing an impact and flushing Knicks out of the pocket, throwing a kind of a rough throw, and then, obviously it does lead to a turnover. So I'll say JJ coming back from injury and making this defense look pretty nice right off the bat.
Very good.
Bean, I'll throw it to you and then Matt.
Are we taking Matt's? Is that what we're doing here?
We can do Matt's, Matt, if you know what yours is right now. If you need a second to think.
Yeah, we'll give Green Bean a second to think. I think this week's Bloody Knuckles Award winner is an obvious choice. Not that Jermaine Johnson's a bad nominee. If this player didn't exist, I would think Jermaine Johnson would be the front runner for this award. But how do we not give it to Jarvis Brownlee for coming in and forcing the fumble and running around making plays on the field? That is Bloody Knuckles personified. So if Jarvis Brownlee doesn't win, this is also rigged.
So that's I deliberately did not kind of say the name that led to the turnover because I had a feeling that's where you were going to go. Yeah, I like that selection.
I support that. I will say there was also a play. I didn't watch the All 22. I might not even get to this week. And I'm not in the best. I'm not inspired to either. But there was at least one play. I want to point this out. So maybe he's a qualifier. One play where Michael Clemens did not bite on the inside and
not where I thought we were going.
No, he didn't bite. He stayed put and then even created pressure as the quarterback was rolling out to the quarterback's right. But so maybe Clemens can be added to the list for playing edge.
He also was the one who drew the holding penalty in the end zone for the safety.
Yep. He got 2 points more than Justin Fields.
Look at that, dude.
And more passing yards.
How do we not add Michael Clemens, Ryan, right?
He's got to be.
You know what? I think Michael Clemens should be on there. Where I thought you were going to go, I thought you were going to say 𝐒𝐿𝐽 with the nice tackle knifing through the line. That was highlighted a lot online.
That would be my honorable mention. So if we're okay with tossing him as the fourth, I think we do it. He had 13 tackles in this game.
I would say let's let it rip. Those would be the four. We'll let that go over the next little bit here, and we will talk through all of this. Thank you, Peter S. I'm going to jump real quick to an ad read, and then we'll come back to our discussion.
I don't know about you guys, but one of my biggest pet peeves is hidden fees when buying sports tickets. Why can't the price I see listed be the price I actually pay? If only there was an app where fees don't exist, which is why I want to give the sponsor of today's video, TickPick, a huge shout out. With over 20 million downloads, TickPick has you covered for NFL, NBA, concerts, festivals, you name it, they have it. TickPick gives you the lowest prices guaranteed. No fees. What you see is what you pay. And of course, I have a code for you guys. You can use code HMA for $20 off your first set of tickets at TickPick with a purchase of more than $100. That's $20 off any tickets with promo code HMA. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thank you to TickPick.
Love it, TickPick. Thank you so much for sponsoring the stream. Head down into the description, get yourself some tickets. I will be honest, those tickets for the Jets-Panthers game were not as low as I was expecting to see.
No. I get $20 off.
Yeah, you get $20 off, but now's the week to go.
That is true. That is, you'll get. You know what? Get them while they're hot. Description down below. We got Joe the Jet coming in, says Mendoza has to be the pick at 1 if we get number 1. There's still a lot of football left to be played. I think there's, obviously the Senior Bowl. I think, is Mendoza a senior or is he? Let me see. He's not a senior. He's a junior, so he won't be at.
Oh, I don't like his face.
I think he's not at this. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm like missing something and he's like redshirted or something.
That might be the most important quarterback analysis we've seen.
I don't
That's
like his
man.
face. He's got to look like a gamer.
Dude, he looks like a fucking just take a second. Made for New York Jets or not made for New York Jets environmentally? Look at that. Just face alone. Just face.
He looks like Kirk Cousins. Like, I think he'd be fine. I think he'd be fine.
I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Look at the face. And
is he built for New York? Is that a built for New York face?
Yeah.
Where's he from?
Yeah.
Florida, I think Tigo said. He's a Florida guy.
He's a Florida guy.
In Florida, he could handle anything.
What part of Florida? Miami, Florida, no less. So he's completely full of shit.
Oh no.
Everybody in Miami is a liar. By the way.
Now I'm looking up everyone's headshots in this quarterback class.
Yeah.
I like I like the way Mateer interviews. I try to go through all the interviews. Sellers interviews really well. I've watched a little bit of Nussmeier. I don't think I've actually watched Mendoza speak. But like there's like a moxie to like certain guys, and I feel like Sellers has a little bit of a swagger. Mateer definitely has a swagger. Like he's got a chip on his shoulder, which is like kind of, I like that.
It's hard not to make the Baker Mayfield comp when they're like both 6'1" quarterbacks who are a little on the smaller side.
From Oklahoma.
Gunslinger from Oklahoma, like that. Wears the headband, has
transfers,
a little bit of an attitude.
Like
yeah,
transferred
it's
from
hard. It's hard not to go there.
Mm-hmm. We got Mr. Gorilla Salad comes in and says Brick Johnson is our last best hope for deliverance from this nightmare. He's got to hire us some 16-year-old Madden prodigy to run a demon offense. I hate this whole Johnson family. I get so frustrated.
What?
City Bert says, how about two-time coach of the year, Stefanski? He gives Belichick vibes as another Browns coach fired that comes east. That was like, as I'm watching the different like teams this year and like guys who could be fired, there's like, maybe the long shot of like a John Harbaugh potentially getting fired if the Ravens really continue to like go down the tubes this year. I don't think he would choose New York. I think Stefanski you might have a shot at. I know we've talked a little bit about Mike McCarthy and like, I don't know. I have a really hard time believing we'd be a desirable location if we fire a coach after 1 year, knowing full well it was like a rebuild year where we were Vegas's 5.5 win, like thought this year. And like we were basically consistently considered a top 3 pick by most people around the league. I don't know. Matt, what do you think about Stefanski? Think we got a shot at him if he doesn't go back to the Browns?
I pulled up his headshot to see if he looks like he's built for New York. There's a little gray in that beard. I think that's maybe some wiseness. As an offensive mind to pair with the number 1 overall pick quarterback, there's a lot worse ideas. I'll tell you that much. I would not be opposed to bringing in Kevin Stefanski if it got to that point. If Aaron Glenn's fired and the Browns fire Stefanski, he would probably be at the top of my list.
Oh, he can handle it. He's got some New York face. He can handle it. Where's he from originally? He started at the Vikings. He's from
he's
Philly.
from Philly. Oh,
he's
yeah.
From Philly. He knows the deal.
Bastard. Yeah, he could do this.
He knows the deal. I'll tell you, man, that kid's face, the first kid, what the fuck? Mendoza. He ain't gonna make it. I'm just telling you, man.
He looks like
I need a quarterback rankings based off appearance.
Yeah.
We got like this guy's got a gun. Like we're
no
not
shot
sorry.
at being the guy. Definitely.
Yeah, that was the epitome of a gut feeling. Like, it's very stupid, obviously, but like when you look at I looked at that face, that smiling, like too big of a smile. Like he's all he is like meat to make sausages out of. That's all that kid is here. 3 years and we are fucking burning his jersey.
You know what? It's not face thing's a little silly, but you're not wrong. The mentality has to be a certain type of makeup. I feel like Sam had that makeup Zach Wilson did not have that makeup. Justin Fields, I feel like actually does have the makeup. He just doesn't have the talent to do it.
It's too mild. Like
He's too mild? Sam was pretty mild. Eli's
think
pretty
he's
mild.
Well, no, but he's also in the huddle. He's not afraid to fucking boss people around. Justin Fields isn't. So, like, I think you're right. Like, Justin Fields can weather it. I think he's got the disposition to, like, not let it, like he won't crumble to pieces. Like he can, I think he's mellow enough to like kind of deal with it. But as far as being that leader, like enduring that, filtering it, like kind of doing what you need to do with it, and then being able to still have confidence to lead the team when shit's looking ugly. That's what I'm talking about. Fields doesn't have that at all.
Crossfire
and neither
says,
I got to look at this kid. I got to really get into him. If he's starting to, climb up and everybody's, there's lots of football left, like you guys were saying, but I got to really see, because that's the stuff that we rarely factor in. Like you hear me saying, I say it all the time, as do you guys, but I really yell it. So, I'm louder about it. Maybe, I don't know, but it's like, like factoring in for the GM that we hired, the coach that we hired, the quarterback that we bring in, these important positions of leadership, you have to factor in that it's the New York Jets. It's not anywhere else. It's not Texas. It's not, Seattle. It's not, dude. It's a totally different thing. And then you add to it things like outside, cold weather, you got to add that stuff in too. But like truly, this is a fucking meat grinder. We shred quarterbacks. You know what I mean? Like it's just look at what we do. We don't do a good job with quarterbacks. I mean, dude, think about this. The last two we had before Aaron Rodgers, what we did was we gave him a first-time quarterback coach. And yes, we could talk about the Greg Knapp thing and all that, but they never really fixed it. That happened before their first training camp. They gave him, what's his name? Calabrese, who'd never been a coach. So he's in charge of the most important position on the team. We give him a first-timer. The guy before that, Sam Darnold, fucking Adam Gase, didn't even think he needed a quarterback coach. He doesn't need anything. So Sam got no quarterback coach, no offensive coordinator, and a fucking drugged up head coach who is not even engaged in the game. He's fucking writing letters to he's writing Civil War letters to his darling overseas, you know what I mean? On the bench. He's writing letters to people while the game's going on. But think about that, dude. We talk about Zach and Sam and all the problems and all the stuff, but it's like, that's what we gave them. Nothing. Dude, you should have fucking a whole slew of staff. If you're going to use a top 3 pick on a quarterback, dude, every single resource you could possibly muster should be there to support him. He should have fucking people with the fans while he's studying and feeding them
big
grapes,
leaves.
like whatever the fuck needs to happen,
I agree.
We give him nothing.
Crossfire comes in and says, if I get selected for Mangold, I'm going to negotiate yearly barbecue invites, quarterly collabs for his channel, and a signed jersey. That's all I want. I think he would be more than happy to do that for you, Crossfire. I would think so. Blitzcrew comes in and says, do you have the rookie quarterback on the bench all year with Fields starting for a second top pick in a row? I do not want to start a rookie quarterback. I agree. I do not want to start a rookie quarterback. I have a very hard time, figuring out what Fields is for us for next year. Does he stay on this team? Do we June 1st cut him? Is there another veteran out there that you want to bring in? I don't know. I feel like with Fields, if he plays the way he's played right now, we're going to see the rookie in 5 or 6 weeks. I don't know if he can hold back, that level of pressure. Heck, we might see Tyrod Taylor this year anyway because of how he's playing. If you could convince Tyrod to come back and say, hey, look, you're the starter for a year. We're going to try and use you as the bridge for this next quarterback. I think that's probably your best shot because he's got a year in the offense already. I do not want to see Brady Cook back there. Matt, what are your thoughts on the rookie and what we do with Justin Fields?
Well, Fields is going to be back next year, I think, because of how his contract is. Okay. So, it depends on how they both look in training camp. If the rookie just looks miles ahead, don't prolong the inevitable. But if it's close, I don't have any issue starting Justin Fields for a few weeks. And then when it gets bad, when he has another game with negative 10 net passing yards, then you go, okay, we'll make the switch. We'll go to the young guy for the second half of the year, like what the Pats did with Drake May or what the Giants did this past year with Jackson Dart. There's been examples of veterans starting for the first couple games and then eventually turning it over to the rookie after that. So I don't think that's a bad plan at all, actually.
Bean, what about you? What do you want to do with the rookie for next year and Justin Fields?
First off, let me just say this. I know we all feel this way, but I want to just say it. This sucks that we're doing it.
I mean, look, when we were signing Justin Fields, I feel like most of us felt like we're gonna be drafting a quarterback. Like,
yeah, no doubt. But
the longest of long shots that he could be a guy.
I'm just talking that it's not even Halloween. We still have weeks before Halloween.
This is true.
You know what I mean? It's fucking September, really. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to say that out loud. This sucks. The biggest balls that you can suck. All right? I wanted to make sure that we say that. That said, optimally, I would love to see a situation where we can have the rookie quarterback sit for a minute. I would love it. Now, we're going to be out here going, let me see him. Let me see him. Let me see him. It's like a fucking kid on, the night before Christmas. Open it. Oh, I want to open it now. Come on, open it again. Like, that's how we're going to be. So there's going to be lots of pressure to start him. But I would love to see us be able to not play him. I don't think it'll be the whole year. Like you brought up, Ryan, a few weeks. I'd love to see 5, 6, 8 games where Justin Fields start. He's going to be our guy, I think, next year. I think Justin Fields would be one of the top backups in the league. I think that's probably what he's going to end up being. And I'd love it to be here. Why not? For him to come in. I think he can come in for a game and give you some excitement. It's when the whole world's on his back, I think. That all aside, Justin Fields is our backup. You let him fucking start the first bunch of games and see where it is. And then you start, you see where it goes. I would much rather not see him start week 1. I'd love that.
Jack comes in with the super chat, says, Green Bean's live stream kept me sane on Sunday. And my mom was very flattered. He wished her a happy 60th birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, you know what he did?
Jack
He said,
Follensby's mom.
Yeah, he said, please tell my mom that she's got a good son or something like that. And we said, your son is amazing. Like every halftime, he always drops in $100 super chat. So like, we love him for that. He doesn't do that. But I was trying to get him to kind of,
yeah,
like, Mama Follensby, your son's really good. He always drops $100 C note in here at halftime. Come on,
Mama. Match it.
But yeah. Hope you had a great birthday, buddy.
Hennessy says, everyone laughed at Liam Cohen too. Look at him now. Everyone, like, a lot of people wanted Liam Cohen. Like the product that he put on the field with Baker and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers the last few years definitely like speaks for itself. And then his introductory press conference, Duval, like super cringy, super awkward, still a weird dude. But look, they're 4-2 right now? Like, that's pretty damn good. I would gladly take that right now.
In a second.
Jules.
Yeah, I was wrong on him. I wanted nothing to do with that guy. I mean, we'll see how it goes, but so early returns, I'm wrong. But Baker's also playing some fucking MVP level football right about now.
He's so good. Oh, God. I wanted him so bad. Yeah, I really wish we could have got him. Whatever. Jules, do you think that this is the right year to draft a quarterback? We cannot keep missing on these QBs. We had this discussion last night a little bit, and I just have a very hard time. Every year I say, I have a hard time. Well, are we going to be up this high again to have another opportunity to quarterback? Well, we keep friggin' doing it. So yes, we're going to have another opportunity if we want. I would take the quarterback. I think I would take the quarterback. Unless you're offered some sort of monster trade down, which if someone's coming up for a quarterback and you're a team that needs a quarterback, that seems kind of funky to do. But we shouldn't just totally brush it off because it's what the Jets probably should have done with the Zach Wilson year. If you like enough quarterbacks, maybe there's one sitting at pick 6, 7, 8, whatever you trade down to. Maybe it's like the Giants did this past year, where they get their top guy at the top of the draft, and then they go up and get Jackson Dart afterwards. Like that could be potentially a route the Jets go. I don't know. I would take the quarterback this year. I would not pass on it, because I think at the very least you get an opportunity to see what this quarterback could be with Tanner Engstrand, which I actually, of all our coaching hires, like I really do like Tanner Engstrand. So I'd like to see him, develop with him for a little bit. If Glenn is just having the wheels fall off and everything, then you have to pull the plug on Glenn halfway through next year or whatever it is. And then Tanner can still stay to help that quarterback through the rest of the year. Maybe you have Wilkes be like the interim head coach or something like that if he's still here. And then you can sort of see if you want to hire Tanner as like the full-time guy, if he stays on, whatever. It gives you kind of that opportunity to then hit the reset. We did it the same thing with Sam Darnold and Todd Bowles. We had Sam for a year with Bowles, and then we switched over. Obviously, wrong choice in Gase, but I'm not opposed to switching head coaches 1 year in. Not ideal situation, but I think we've seen some quarterbacks, have some degree of success. Trevor Lawrence looks pretty good right now. He's on coach 3.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams looking pretty good. I haven't watched much Bryce Young this year, so I'll be honest. I don't know where he's at. I don't know. Matt, you think this is the right year to draft a quarterback?
It's always the right year to draft a quarterback if you really need one. You got to take a shot. It's the most important position in the sport. You can't win if you don't have a good quarterback. And it's always next year. Next year's the draft. And then we'll get to 2026 and it'll be, these guys are underwhelming. You got to wait till 2028 to draft your guy. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Take your chance. You got to eventually take a swing. And I think while, yes, some of the big name guys have underwhelmed, there's been some risers like we talked about with Mendoza and Moore, and I'm sure there's Simpson and other guys too. Like there will be choices at the top of the draft. So you just got to pick the right one.
Green, what about you? You think this is the year we take the quarterback?
I do. I think it's the perfect year, Jules. Especially, I'll tell you what, there are years where you look at the quarterback class and it's like a complete dud. The good one, Daniel Jones is playing well right now, but it was Daniel Jones and Dwayne Haskins.
And Kyler Murray. Kyler was the top pick.
Kyler Murray, right. That's right. I always forget. He was like.
And then you have the Kenny Pickett draft. That was a
Pickett,
dud. The Geno Smith.
Top quarterback.
Who was the kid from Buffalo that was taken?
Yeah, I forget his name.
EJ Manuel.
EJ Manuel, right. They took him because of his big hands. Remember that?
Yeah.
Huge hands.
Super clunky years. And this is not
what we don't know what it is.
This year feels closer to like the Baker, Sam, Josh Allen draft than it does the lesser. So like even last year, like the only two quarterbacks that I think people were really like kind of high on were Jackson Dart and Cam Ward. And, they were taken pretty far apart. You talk number 1 pick, and what pick was Jackson Dart? Like mid-20s, 25?
I think 21.
21?
Right.
Look it up.
Yeah, so I think it's a good year for. It just like we need one, no matter how you slice it. And we don't know what it looks like, but as we stand right now, there's a nice array of guys that look like they have the potential to do something. But it's really about what's here. Like Ryan, you said a few minutes ago that you like Tanner Engstrand.
I do.
And I want to like him.
Dude,
I don't know.
There's guys open on like every play. Like that's what that to me speaks to me.
But I don't like the 5-7 step drop shit that they've been doing for the past few weeks. I just don't like it. I think there should.
I wish they would do the RPOs and like he's not building around his strengths.
Yeah, there should be significantly more movement with him, and it should start like that. Mm-hmm. Like I'm a big believer. I said it for years. Really, especially with like the quarterbacks we've had. Like Zach Wilson, very timid. Sammy was happy feet, Magoo when he was here because they're getting beat up all the time. You gotta start with high percentage, quick, get them moving, screens, quick slants, like stuff that's got, that's just higher percentage completions. get them into a groove. And I don't see that happening. I just don't see it happening. So, like we were talking about it this week, it almost feels like, and I know that this is probably not true, but it almost feels like Tanner 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷 is trying to make a point about Zach. Like I don't know what, like it's hard to explain, but it's like weird. Like I don't know why. Like the one thing it was with Justin Fields, like if we are gonna do this, you build the offense around. Remember we talked about this.
It felt like we did it week 1. Like that's what's frustrating.
It felt like we did it week 1, and I feel like there was another game that I felt like
Miami. We drove right down the field on them.
Miami,
was it Miami or was it Tampa? I think it was Miami.
Miami.
Tampa was Tyler, or not, what's his name?
It was Tyrod.
Tyrod, yeah. So I just feel like I like, just like you said, there's guys open and all that kind of stuff. And I think the offense is definitely more creative than we've seen in the past years. But there's a lot of meat left on the fucking bone here. And I feel like he's not really, like, Justin Fields is playing very, very poorly. But I also think that we're not doing a lot to help him as far as that sort of stuff. Like he's got the line and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Do you think it would be valuable to bench Fields to see what the offense looks like, to know if Tanner 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝐷 should be here? And like if Tyrod could at least like hit the reads that need to be hit, he's got the offensive line, or does that just sort of screw up the tank? We know what Tyrod is, and it is what it is.
I don't know. Maybe. What do you think, Matt? That's actually a good question.
No, it is. I don't think they're going to do it unless they get to a spot where they were like in this game where it felt like, okay, this is a day where Justin Fields just clearly doesn't have it and we can't move the ball. And they're trying to win games. Right. And I know you could say, like you mentioned, the tank, and for the better draft pick, it's better to lose, obviously, right? It doesn't take rocket science to figure that out. But Aaron Glenn, if he wants to be here, needs to win games. So, maybe they'll get to a point where they pull him in game, but unless there's an injury, I don't think we'll see Tyrod be a named starter.
I kind of liken it to like the Fitzpatrick, McCown, sort of level of quarterback where it's like, okay, he's not going to do anything wow with anything, but you could at least say, okay, the offensive line works. The, wide receiver 1, wide receiver 3, work. We still need to find wide receiver 2, or, whatever. You're going through progressions. You're kind of making those decisions, as opposed to Fields or Zach or whoever, like holding onto the ball too long. And now you're like, well, our offensive line sucks because we got 9 sacks. It's like, well, it's not really, the whole context.
Not the full story.
But you guys know what I mean. Dante dropping another big dick super chat, says, I don't care. Sit the quarterback year 1. Last time the Jets did that, we got Chad Pennington, and he wasn't bad. We ruined Darnold, rushed Wilson. No, let the rookie learn the pace and flow of the game for at least half the season before even thinking of starting him. Yeah, and I think all three of us do agree. We would, in an ideal world, like to not see the rookie early on. Let him kind of, watch from the sidelines, hold the clipboard a little bit. Not saying that you got to play an inferior quarterback, but like, dude, there's some stuff with playing quarterback in the NFL that's just going to take time. Learn how a pro answers questions post-game. Learn how to go through a game at the NFL level. I think that's totally fine, and I would say we're all on board with this. Matt, your thoughts? Anything you want to add to Dante's comment here?
Yeah, I mean, just to add on to it, one, it would be a little different, right? They threw Mark Sanchez right in, Sam and Zach, and all those guys came in and started right away. But also too, like Justin Fields, like what you were saying, that's a good person to learn from. Justin Fields might not and likely will not be a long-term starting quarterback for anybody in the NFL, but I think he'll have a long career because he's a likable guy. Teammates love him. And that matters, right? Like, you don't want to be the asshole on the team. You want to be well respected. I think we see that from Justin Fields, and those kind of off the field, how you handle yourself, how you prepare. I think Fields would be good for that aspect of it.
Bean, anything you want to add to Dante's super chat about sitting the quarterback for the first half of the season, not rushing him in?
Well, yeah, and Dante, so your stance is a little bit different than what I was saying, but I don't know. You might be right. Like at all costs, you know what I mean? Like it's a long game. Like I don't care who played better in training camp. I don't care who played better in the preseason. You're not starting till week 6.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? At least like that kind of a thing. You see it. I mean, the best example is up in Green Bay. I mean, dude, you want to talk about just the textbook, like they're the model for what to do. Dude, they've had 2 consecutive Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Like we're talking 30 years, dude. I mean,
And
when
love getting a
was Brett
fat
Favre-
contract too. Like quarterback 3
Played
of
well.
that, like Hall of Fame, and then like I'm not gonna say well on his way, but like certainly paid
but
well.
competent.
A good,
Yeah.
he's good, right? Like
Top half of the league quarterback.
Yeah, he doesn't look like the same, like, like Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, maybe. He might not be to that because it's hard to look. Hall of Fame, that's some real shit. We're talking elite, right? But they got themselves a better quarterback than we figured out how to do in the last fucking 30 years. So that model of having a guy, a Hall of Fame level guy, like you have your starter, he's good, and then using a first round pick, getting a high pedigree, very talented fucking ball of clay, bring him in and mold him for 2 years. Then is he ready to start? Then and only then. So and then they got chump change for Brett Favre. We only gave him like a 4th and something, you know what I mean? A little bit of something else. Now, Aaron Rodgers, look what they did. They got 2 spots in the first round that year. And I forgot what else did they get that year? Like a 5th and 6th something. But then they got that second.
It was like
the next.
trading firsts, and then
I think they had another first, but it was on playing time. If he played 60% or something like that, they got our
but
first.
they never got it because he got injured, and then they got the second round.
So
pick.
they got a second. But look at that. So they already had their guy groomed for 2 years, and then they went out and got themselves a bump up in the first, a second round pick, and some later round picks.
Mhm.
And they already had their quarterback. It's like, that's beautiful. Now, we're not going to be able to do that because we have no incumbent worth the shit, which would have been really great for Justin Fields. It would be really great for Justin Fields the last half of the season to play really well. I mean, it would ruin the tank. Yeah, it would be bad. But, the idea of having somebody in the house that can at least play competent NFL football so you can work on this guy and not rush him in, throw him into the fucking fire and watch him get traumatized like Aaron Glenn talking about, all I know is I can't give him the ball back, man. What's going on? He's like freaking out. We got to make sure that. But the good news is whoever this quarterback is, he's coming in with an offensive line that's pretty much built. We got the ABT question, you got the Simpson question, but we'll see. But it's,
you could almost solve the line if it's like, if you go Simpson and Myers, like keep Tippmann at right guard. Like you could, in theory, keep this whole line together, and it's not, all that crazy.
And then what you do is you just you do what you're supposed to do, and you use your 4th round pick on a talented raw
Drew
guard that you want to work on. You know what I mean? No. Well, we'll already have our quarterback, But I mean, hey, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to take a flyer on somebody late round 2 and to start grooming your dudes. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But think about it, Ryan. So whoever it is, they're coming in with a pretty strong young offensive line. We don't know the story with Free Brees. We don't know what's going on there. But Braylon Allen, Isaiah Davis are coming back at least. You got Garrett Wilson. We'll see if he fucking lives through this year.
Mm-hmm. Mason Taylor's
and
looking
then
pretty decent.
Yeah, so you got the tight end, you know what I mean? So we have a lot of pieces here. It's not Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold came in, we literally didn't know who our receivers were.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we were like, Joe Douglas, his first year, he took Dotson. He was like a former first round pick for the Redskins. He sucked, and he was just, kind of trying to recapture his career. He fucking, you know what I mean? Like all those losers. Perryman was here. And he looks good in Tampa. You know what I mean? Like it was, we had Moncrief and what did Matt always call him? The corpse of something of Chris Hogan. right? Who was that guy?
I mean, I've used that many a times.
Chris
for
Hansen?
many people.
No, Chris Hansen's the Dateline guy.
No, the former Patriots wide receiver.
Yeah, Hogan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would say the corpse. What was a corpse?
Yeah, the corpse.
Something like that. Yeah. But like that's what. Look, dude. And you remember Sam Darnold? He finally got he was developing a rapport with Terrell Pryor. He had 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks. They were just getting grooving, and McCagnon fucking cut him in the middle of the season for no reason. He just didn't say anything about it. Never gave us a reason why. Just goodbye.
Just gone.
Just gone. Week 6. Goodbye. Like, imagine us doing that. Like, all of a sudden, like, just say, for example, Arian Smith. Goodbye. Well, why'd you cut him?
Felt like it.
I don't know. Didn't feel like it. Couldn't get my coffee fast enough.
Yeah, so this quarterback's got there's some pieces here, is my point.
I was having a good argument with Dom last night. I thought, so he was like, look, we have 30 expiring contracts. And I don't, disagree. Like, I understand that. I don't give a shit. Like, we've got 10 draft picks. We've got $85 million in salary cap space. Like, I very much want to franchise Brees or bring him back on a contract because I want this offense firing on all cylinders. I don't care if we lose every game next season because our defense is giving up 30 points a game if the quarterback is surrounded and nurtured with everything we need. And then you just slowly over time start throwing money at the defensive side of the ball. Look at how the Patriots are going to be able to build a great team because they have a quarterback in Drake May. Once you have the quarterback and you figure it out, players start coming here. Like, I don't want to have to overpay bad players to come here and hope that they work out on our team. I'd rather pay our own players, and that's kind of where my gripe starts to come in. And to your point, Green Bean, I think a lot of the offense is built. You just have to worry about, wide receiver 2. You worry about backup tight end if Ruckert's not going to be here. You worry about the plugging in the backups to the offensive line. And I don't think it's going to cost you a whole heck of a lot. So I think we've got the foundation here for a really, really nice setup for a young quarterback. Ace of Spades says AG has shrunk his margin of error if he returns. Ablab drops in a big dick super chat. Gang,
Whoa.
piggybacking off of this topic about quarterbacks, what are the top 3 traits your new quarterback should have considering our personnel? Okay. I want to see a bona fide alpha male. Like, I want someone who comes in and takes charge. I want to see accurate, and I want to see dynamic. Like, I don't really want a statue. Like, Nussmeier does scare me a little bit for that. He's actually a little more athletic than I actually gave him credit for initially. I want to see someone who's a little more dynamic, not necessarily a runner, but I don't want to see like an Aaron Rodgers or someone along those lines. Bona fide leader and accurate. Give me those 3 things, and I feel like you could be cooking. Green Bean, we'll go to you first, then we'll go to Matt. What are the 3 traits you want your new? We'll go to Matt first. What are your 3 traits you want to see?
And not in order. This is the order that it pops into my head. So I'm not saying like this is the most important first and so on. Have to have the ability to make every throw on the football field. Can move. That doesn't mean they have to be, Justin Fields level of move, but I don't want my quarterback to be a complete statue. Has the ability to move. And for the last one, it's kind of hard to measure, and I don't know if we'll be able to find that, but leadership, right? Like
self-aware almost. Like
yeah. That's a good way to put it. Self-aware is a good way to put it. And for us who aren't in the meetings with the, at the draft and with the teams and know how they interact, like that's very, very hard to figure out. But I guess like mindset maybe is a better way to put it.
I like that. Bean, what would your 3 traits be?
You go to Matt first for this one.
Hey,
Ablab. Good to see you, bro. So I think, I agree, and I like the way Ryan was saying it, at first, but like the way I'll say it is this: they need to have leadership, traits. And I mean, real ones, not like, oh, he's been voted captain, 3 times. When he had a fucking birthday party, everybody showed up. Everybody likes him. He's friendly with everybody. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a guy who's not afraid to stand out front and take the bullets. And like, remember like guys like Phillip Rivers or, just so many other guys, like they get hit and they're like in the guy's face. Like, you know what I mean? Like they're tough. So like leadership, but also like that tough leader. Like that's what I'm looking for, a specific type of leader. In addition to that, I want football smarts. Like you said the word dynamic, Ryan, which I like. But I'm saying like football IQ through the roof, the ability to process and assess situations on just instantly. That's what you need. Not only, like during the play, but also like before, like when you come to the line, seeing what's out there and knowing, what you're looking at. And what, so if they're going to be sending this, then I'm going to, just, you know what I'm talking about, like being able to assess and actually play the game of fucking football. In addition to that, guys, I'm going to tell you, strong arm doesn't do it for me. That's not the thing that I'm laying down at night going, I'm not. Sure, it's nice. And the Zach Wilson fucking, pro day throw was wonderful. Strong arms are great. What I really want is accuracy. That's what I am so sick and tired of these guys throwing dirt balls and fucking sailing, balls sailing off into the stand. I can't take it anymore. I just want accuracy. And then what you can do with that, I want the short game. I want the screens. I want the quick slants. You got a super smart guy who's the leader in the huddle. He's the leader of the entire offense. And he's fucking pinpoint accurate. I'll take that any day. I would even say he could have an average arm. Like he does, it's not, I'm telling you, man, arm strength isn't it. If he could throw a 30-yard, 35-yard, that's good enough for me, dude. I want accuracy.
Ablab dropping in another big dick super chat. Says now based on who your answers, who out of college quarterbacks best exemplify those traits? I think Mendoza is the processor. I think that's the fast, accurate, understanding what's going on type guy.
Ablab.
I really like
real quick on your point, Ryan. I'm sorry to do this to you. Ablab, while Ryan's talking, go Google Mendoza. Just the word Mendoza. Look at that face and tell me if he's going to make it here. I'll keep an eye out for your comment. Now go on, Ryan. I'm wanting to do that.
So the guys that I look at out of the traits that we sort of threw out there, I think Mendoza is the accurate one. I really like Mateer. I want to watch more and more of him. I love the way he interviews. I love the dynamic nature of his legs. I like that he played coming back quick with a broken hand in a game that they needed to kind of show out on a national stage. He's gutsy. He transfers into the SEC. Like that part of him I really like. And then from other quarterbacks, probably, I don't know I guess Sellers falls into it, but I don't really want the Jets to go with Sellers. Just a big, athletic, dynamic, tough to bring down, doesn't get sacked. But he doesn't have the processor right now as far as scanning the field, at least according to Dom and kind of getting off his first read. So to me, I feel like Mendoza and Mateer I like a lot. If Moore decides to come out, I think he probably winds up falling in that same sort of category for me. So I would say the three M's: Mendoza, Mateer, and Moore. Matt, what would your quarterbacks kind of be, or is there a quarterback that best exemplifies the traits that you put forward?
I like the three that you mentioned. They're probably my three favorites so far. I think Mendoza makes the most sense for mine in particular. Not that he's a scrambler, but can move around the pocket a little bit, evade the rush. I think the accuracy and decision making is there, which is important. I think fits in green beans, and just it feels like he has a safer floor, and that's something that I'm looking for. It doesn't have to be, the guy with the arm who can throw it, 95 yards down the field and runs around, then hurdles three people. That's not what Fernando Mendoza is going to do. But can he stand in the pocket and make a throw against the blitz? Is he going to be accurate? Can he make good decisions? Yes. Now, can he get some facial reconstruction surgery so he has the look that Green Bean approves of? That's maybe our last and final step to make sure he's really the guy.
Bean, is there
I
a
know.
quarterback
Matt-
that exemplifies?
Matt's
Is there,
really
does
taking
someone
some
set?
shots.
Well,
He's
well
taking
Bean,
he
does
doesn't
someone
like my
with
he doesn't
with
like
your?
my tool, Ryan.
I like where you're going, Greenby. I think it's a very good statistical analysis of how we should be drafting quarterbacks. So, of the traits you listed, I know you still have a lot of tape to still watch on the quarterbacks, but like just from it might just be vibes on what you've heard and whatnot, even quarterback wise. Is there something that maybe you're gravitating towards based on what you've said, or it's just the traits?
Yeah, I'm liking. So you guys might not be aware of this guy. I want everybody to look him up, okay? Chandler Morris. All right. That's my QB1 for this class, right? Tony the GM knows, Matt knows. Chandler Morris, everybody. That's my guy. I want the Jets to draft him with the #1 overall pick.
He's a dweeby looking dude. He looks like he was probably pushed into a few lockers. He is. Look at his fucking bowl cut.
Yeah, he's
No, it's you know what it is. He's just so focused on football, he doesn't have time to think about how his hair looks.
That's
right.
exactly.
Well,
That's got to
it
be.
depends on which haircut you get, but he's got a few.
He's got a little bit of like a swooshy comb over almost sort of thing.
Yeah, he's not gonna fall. He's not gonna appease my intelligence thing. I don't think. Like if you look just my face, I'm going.
Yeah.
No, that's not a good. Yeah, that's okay. I like headshots. Show everybody.
Look, that has I got pushed in a locker a few times.
Yeah. So Chandler Morris is there. He is. Oh, I like what you've done there. There he is. He's like, you know what I mean? He's the guy that's not smart enough to understand that when the linebacker's running fucking full speed at him on the sideline, he could just step out. He's going to hit him anyway. You know what I mean? Like that's who that guy is by the face. He's just like, let me at him. Mendoza, on the other hand, I got to watch him, but I'm just saying like that I'm tired of cute little buttons like fucking Zachy. I don't need no more Zachy poos. But yeah,
Ablab comes in and says, he's saying that Mendoza looks like Christian Bale circa American Psycho. Fuck out of here. That way, honey.
Yeah, obviously I'm playing with this one, but there's something to it though, too. I mean, it's like it's way down on the list, but the overall idea is I still stand by, which is like these guys gotta have they got to have some balls, bro. Like you can't, like Baker Mayfield would have been perfect for this place. Mm-hmm. Just the attitude he has. Like
dude, Bulls wanted him. Oh man, like that sucks. Sorry,
it's true. Like when they come in, it's tough for a rookie to just come in and be gangbusters, which is why I think it's so important that we're able to like let him kind of, be a part of the team before he's carrying the team. You know what I mean? And not just a training camp, not 2 months of getting to know everybody. Now you're the leader. You know what I mean? Like be around the team, be in the clubhouse, work on your craft, the whole thing, get to know everybody, develop some rapport with the second and third string group and all that kind of stuff. Get to know everybody and then go in, then that's what I would really like. But dude, they gotta be a leader, man. And you gotta factor that shit in. Remember, and I know you're not supposed to evaluate by the school and the color. They say, right? Frankie was talking about that, not evaluating by colors. Mm-hmm. And that's important. But I think there's also something else to it too. Like, where did they come from? Mm-hmm. What's their makeup?
Sure.
Yeah. Like, who was the guy from Philly, Stefanski? Like, coming from Philly, okay, man. Mm-hmm. He knows the deal. He knows what this shit is.
Philly's about as close to like a New York mentality as like you could probably get in the U.S.
It's worse.
They're city of brotherly love.
It's so funny.
Quick comes in, says, absolutely not. Make your kids a Jets fan. The losing took a toll on the fan base, but I think we forgot Glenn grinded his way to this job. Now learning on the job. Hopefully he gets better at the job. Yeah, look, all of us are pulling for him. No one wants to see him like one and done. It's just the discussion we wind up having, sitting at 0-6 and looking at the rest of the schedule and seeing where it could potentially go Greg the Gag says, one of our biggest problems is our dead cap hits this year and next year. There could be so much better on the field. Ugh, life as a Jets fan. So the Jets have $73 million in dead cap this year. That's about, 20%, 25% of the total cap allotment for this year. So you're missing a ton of talent. Next year, we're missing $43 million worth of our salary cap to dead cap as well. So Greg's right. It is going to be a very difficult task currently to field a competitive team because of the salary cap that we are missing. I'd love to know what the actual average dead cap is in a given year for a bunch of teams. It's probably sitting somewhere around 20, maybe 30 million if I had to guess, the way they manipulate contracts and stuff. But
in the
70s
low 30s, it looks like right now.
What was that?
I pulled it up on over the cap. It looks like I could count 16 down. 1, 2, 3.
Who's this?
The Jets are 8th, by the way, at 73.9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 34.7 is the Chargers at 16.
All right, that's pretty close. 20, 30 million. So yeah, 30 million makes sense. So I guess we'll be a little bit more back into the norm next year at 43 million, although we'll still have some dead cap that hits because of players that we cut and move around and whatnot. So that our number will elevate a little bit. But yeah, Greg, a lot of talent missing there. James says development is key. AG can and will keep his job if these guys we want to develop. If these guys we want to develop do. Sam never got that chance. Hopefully 2026 quarterback 1 does in New York. So I want to piggyback that off Hennessy's comment as well. So talking about quarterback 1, Hennessy says trade down is the answer like we should have in 2021. That could be a discussion. There's going to be a lot of pretty good quarterbacks coming out this year. I'm not necessarily sold on having to take one at number 1 overall. And when I look at the top of the board, you're looking at the Browns, you're looking at the Saints, the Raiders. Those are probably the 4 teams. I don't think the Dolphins are going to pull the trigger on anyone yet. And then other than that, the Ravens aren't going to be picking where they're picking right now. The Titans just took their quarterback. The Giants have their quarterback. Texans, Cardinals, Dallas. You're probably looking at maybe the Rams trading up as the next team that would probably be going for another quarterback.
Nice.
But they have 2 first rounders.
Yeah, so I'm cool with moving back if there's an attractive enough offer. If we got the 49ers offer to come up like we did the Zach year, that I'd probably make that trade. I would be all right with that. But we'll see where it all goes. I want to rip through these because we don't have a whole lot of time left. You guys got to hear Mendoza speak. Sounds like a robot reading a script. I'm concerned if he's Jets material, but he's got skills. So I'll have to do a little bit of research into him. I think how they speak in press conferences and just candidly, in different kinds of interviews, while it doesn't mean anything necessarily on the field, it could give you some insight into how that player presents themselves to their teammates. And I think there is some degree of importance to that. Dante says, if Zachy Poo ends up being good, I might walk myself into the Long Island Sound. Yeah, I'll be honest, I really don't want to see Zach do well at all. Hennessy, you guys trust Glenn and company with a rookie quarterback for a year? Sure. I mean, I would pull the plug if it doesn't look good. I think you'd have to do that. I mean, the Giants were basically doing that with Daboll. If Daboll and Jackson Dart didn't look good, they were going to throw Daboll out with the kitchen sink. He wasn't going to get a year 2. And we just saw it with Cam Ward. We saw it with Caleb Williams and Bryce Young and Trevor Lawrence. We did it with Sam Darnold. It's not necessarily an uncommon thing to have happen. Swamp Ranger comes in and says, said it during the draft stream, I'll say it again, 𝐿maui will be a stud. He will take a year or 2 to develop, but you can see the improvement already. Yeah, I like that we're kind of trending in that direction with some of our young guys. 𝐿maui, Mason Taylor, Membu, even Arian Smith. There was a play that Dom was showing us last night of Arian Smith just wide the fuck open on 3rd and 8 or something like that, whatever it was, and Fields just didn't see him. I'm sure he's not one of the first reads, but he was wide the hell open and didn't pull the trigger. So watching these guys develop, who knows? Maybe we're going to have some excitement. Sodak says, if Jerry comes up, do you trade back for picks and Dak? Interesting. I would be open to that. I would trade down with Dallas, take Dak, and then I would probably pull the trigger on a quarterback at the Dallas pick. Or I would strongly consider it. And it depends what the package is. But I like Dak. I would do that. Bean, would you do that?
Yeah, I would. Like, so if you're talking about sliding back, getting there first, and Dak.
They're 12th right now too. So like if you got there first and Dak, I think that would be worth it.
Well, I don't know. I might want more for the number one overall pick, because then you're basically saying I'm picking. I mean, you get the 12th, but yeah, I don't know. But either way, I'd be very interested in that conversation.
So,
sure. I'd be very interested. But I might just to your point, and I'll let you talk.
Yeah,
I might want to go supporting staff, cast with that 12th. Then I might want to go with like one of the top 2 receivers in the league. I'm sorry, in the draft. You know what I mean? I
see what you're saying. So Dak's contract is a little rough. He's older than I thought too. So you probably would need more than just Dak in a first round pick. I agree, Green Bean. He was getting his base salary next year is $40 million. The year after that, 45. The year after that, 55. Which I guess is kind of what you have to pay starting quarterbacks of that caliber anyway. So maybe you try to rework the contract to some degree. I don't know. That's an interesting conversation, but it's one I'm open to having for sure.
Matt does that one or what?
Yeah, Matt, what do you think?
Yes. I think I would do it. And like Green Bean said, I would look for
maybe like 2 1s.
Yeah, or just like not necessarily weapons, but pieces that can help you. Even it could even be on the defense too.
I like that.
Yeah, like a nice, like settling down, right, Matt, and fucking saying I'm done. Just getting me the nice snarling middle linebacker, right, to set the tone for the defense. You into that?
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, Bean. I really don't.
I'm telling you. Like, imagine having a Jihad Campbell on this fucking team right now.
Joe the Jet says Zach Wilson, Green Bean, looked built for New York, but he was not. He was the pretty boy, sort of like GQ magazine, Mark Sanchez, Playboy looking kind of dude, banging mom's friends and whatnot like that. Sure. Like, I get that. But he was also the 3-car garage guy who wasn't really a leader. Like that very much reared its head pretty early on.
Wait, he's saying that Zach Wilson looked like he was built? I thought the exact opposite.
I think he was too baby-faced.
Oh, yeah. Pennington
did not look built for New York and was good. But I think he had the mentality of Eli, of a Sam.
He was a leader.
Yes.
Dude. Do you guys remember, are you old enough? I know you guys were around during, but like, do you remember his first start? Like with the player, like introductions? Do you remember what he did?
No,
I don't
remember his first start.
Dude, he fucking, so, they're doing the offense and, Lavernius Cole, hey! And they say Chad Pennington, he's his first start. Now, Vinny's hurt. So Chad fucking Pennington, he's been sitting on the bench for a year and change. He's running out and he fucking headbutts everybody on the fucking off. He's grabbing their fucking helmet to the point they're like, dude, calm the fuck down. You know what I mean? He was like, so he's jumping and he was headbutting everybody down the way on the fucking out of control.
Love it.
Out of control, dude. He was like so high energy, man. Oh, I miss it. And he came out and he was so good, dude. I just can't believe it.
Rafi comes in, says, until Woody sells, this team is going nowhere. It's time to boycott this godforsaken, miserable fucking franchise. Woody only understands money. We have to hit him where it hurts, his wallet. Yeah, I mean, there's a double-edged sword, right? Like, are we going to be cash poor and we can't go get the free agents we want because we're not spending the money on it? No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm not buying myself a jersey this year. It's going to be a punt season for Ryan, and we'll see and reassess as things go. But yes, Woody does need to feel that pain in his wallet a little bit. I would imagine ticket sales are going to be pretty low come the tail end of this year.
I just watched the video of Pennington coming out and headbutting guys. That was
You
incredible.
can see it?
Yeah.
Oh, what does it look like? Is it as good as my memory?
Yeah, I'm gonna. I mean, it's pretty spot on, Bean. I'm gonna drop the link. I don't know, Ryan, if you could play it because it's like the CBS intro stuff, but there is a tweet that if you want to open it up, you can, and you can.
I want to see it.
It's a few seconds in the first video.
Let's see.
Yeah, I mean, Matt, so you see it, right? You see the difference, like what I'm talking about?
Yeah, hell yeah, I see it.
Oh, it's fucking. I'm telling you, man. Like, you know.
Oh yeah.
I want to see it. I got to see this. Let me see.
Boom.
You should drop it in.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop it in the chat too.
Mawai gets a headbutt. Everyone gets a headbutt.
Yeah, they were talking about it after the game, like, you know, dude, you're gonna fucking injure some people, man. He's like, woo! He's like Scattaboo, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that kind of mentality. So where is it? It's the video on the left.
Yeah,
you gotta scroll in a few
10
seconds.
15 seconds in.
While you guys are looking that up, Jake Asman says, "Does Adam Gase win the game on Sunday against Denver?" Probably. I mean, his first drives were always pretty good. We got a field goal. If we had just scored a touchdown, we win. So yeah, we say yeah, probably do. And then we'd run Frank Gore into the offensive line 100 times.
Gase with this roster?
Ugh.
Maybe.
Ugh.
A coin flip.
Andy comes in and says, "I'm a diehard and want these players to stay. They're foundational. Why drop Brees for picks that may never pan out and saying Garrett should demand a trade? Is this fan base off the rails?" I agree with you, Andy. 100% agree with you. I don't want to trade any of our young players. The players that I would be open to moving, it's like Quinnen, I could understand moving at this point. Quincy, I don't know if is he going to be healthy by the time the deadline hits? I think he's probably gone at the end of the year. I do not want to move Brees. I do not want to move Sauce. I do not want to move JJ. I would be more open.
Isn't it crazy, Ryan?
Yeah.
Real quick. I'm interrupting you a lot tonight.
That's all right. I interrupt you all the time.
Yes, that's been my justification in the back of my mind when I'm doing it. So, dude, think about this. Everybody's solution is to attack the best thing that's happened to us in the last fucking 15 years, which is the 2022 draft class.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, that's our solution, to go there and rip it to shreds. Like, fuck you, man. I don't want to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Now, look, if you can get some real value for some other guy, dude, leave that intact. Can we not destroy the one thing that we have? Like, I get it, but fuck, does that hurt? Brees and JJ and Sauce and Garrett, like, come on.
I don't want to see any of those guys gone. I would rather see Will McDonald get traded because of like his contractual value being better. The situational pass rusher might help another team a little bit more. Like that, I could swallow a little bit easier, I think. But I don't particularly want to see him gone either. It's like the older-ish guys, like a Quinnen, like a, you know, I don't even know how old is Michael Carter now. Michael Carter was drafted 2020, I think.
21. He was the Zach draft.
That's right. That's right.
26 maybe. Let's see.
So he's not even that old. I hope he bounces back. Hopefully some of these guys just need a little bit of time in the system. I showed these guys before we went live this picture, but I was doing bedtime with my daughter Shay, and look who popped up in a highlights book. Who does that look like? The red circled player who's facing the wrong direction away from the football.
Ryan Delaney.
That could be Ryan Delaney in a Sauce jersey wearing a damn cheese head. God damn it. Even highlights. The kids book. Making fun of us. This is the new issue. We just got this in the mail. I was so excited to read it with my girls for bedtime. And I flip it open. I was like, there's no way this is a coincidence at all. Like, that's it. That is the Sauce cheesehead meme. You know, complexion's a little different, but like basically Sauce.
Maybe it's a Packers player who's doing something dumb.
Maybe.
Because they're, you know, such a poor franchise that never does anything
right. Yeah, right.
You know what the way I looked at it was? The kid with the football on the other end of the page has red flags on. And I would like to believe the Sauce Gardner person on the other end is just excited that he scored a touchdown because he's on the same team as him. And he's like, I don't even need to block. I don't got to do anything. This guy's got a touchdown. And then it's really the blue flags that are chasing behind. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
I like it. Good theory.
Damn highlights. Ugh. All right, Greenbean, we've made it to the end of the stream. Oh man. Okay, so our Bloody Knuckles award winner.
Oh shit.
It came down. Should we do a vote off? We've got 284 votes, and 2 are clearly the top 2, with 𝐒𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐲 and 𝐒𝐿 like probably needing to get dropped off. I'm curious to see where that like.
Wait. What are the percentages for the top? So it's 𝐒𝐿 and 𝐒𝐿𝐼𝐻?
No. Jermaine Johnson at 45%, Jarvis Brownlee at 43%. So 2% separates them.
Oh no, Jermaine wins.
Jermaine wins. All right. I was going to say let's do a runoff. All right. Jermaine's our winner of
this week's Bloody Knuckles.
Boom.
I can't believe 𝐒𝐿𝐼𝐻 beat out 𝐒𝐿.
Yeah, I am a little surprised. I think the safety helps a lot, and him just not fucking up, setting the edge one time was all he needed.
Yeah. I'm going to do one more winner here. One more. Crossfire just came in, and I see that Crossfire got a response from the Mangold team here. Wait, hold on.
Oh, he did?
Did he? Where's he at in here?
Yeah, it's like I guess a standard reply, like your response has been recorded and they're reviewing. They're like, wait a minute. They're like, no, we're hoping for Ohio State fans, not Jets fans.
Yeah, we think your kidneys are probably shot in New York watching this damn team. We want someone that's seen victories.
Right. And the winner is Jeffrey. Jeffrey is the last one. And that will take us to 60, Ryan, even.
I want to have Matt jump over. I should have said this earlier. Matt, can you jump over to last week's stream and let's pull 5 people from there too?
Yep. All right. I got some timestamps for you.
Perfect.
So Sing Sing is 1.
Sing Sing.
Wyatt drops in with personally, I only draft for physical appearances. I love it.
Nice.
No, Wyatt's whole thing is the better looking, the better the player.
I mean, there's something to like the symmetry and like, I don't know. The whole beauty thing.
We got Danger Zone in here also.
Danger Zone. I know that guy.
Yeah, he won a shirt. Was it last week, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, can't win tonight.
Dano.
Kevin Callahan.
The long-lost brother of Big Tom Callahan. Tommy boy.
Andrew Grzanka.
Ah, good guy. Andrew's in here. I see him in there.
And then Gangrene 44.
Ooh. Good stuff, boys. If you want to get into next week's giveaway, leave a timestamp comment down below with some of your favorite moments from tonight. And you'll get a good shot at getting picked for this raffle.
So that's 66 now, Ryan.
66. All right, gang. I want the 10th number in the chat. Chat, throw out some numbers, 1 through 66. I'm going to pick the 10th number that pops up. That's 1 to 66, and that will be our winner for tonight. Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum, 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 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 43. Extinguishing Guilt. What's the...
Oh, no, and it's a well-earned one. It's the most well-earned of the evening, I'd say.
Really?
Yes.
Gonna be Dante.
Dante.
Oh, there we go.
Now, organic. That's real, everybody. I didn't just go, oh, the guy dropped fucking 2 C notes in here tonight. I'm gonna swear.
I mean, he's got a bunch of entries because of the 2 C notes. that's the whole part of it.
But I mean, like, still, like, you'd like to think that that'll get you, but no, it doesn't. I'm very real.
He's very honest. I like it. Let's see what we get.
Where on my beard comb?
Oh.
Rigged.
Oh man, if that landed on the fucking jersey tonight. We got a pillow.
A pillow.
Dante gets a pillow. He can cry into it. He can sleep on it. He can, yell into it, whatever. You get it. Reach out. JetsTalk247@gmail.com or talkinjetshow@gmail.com. Let's get your shipping info. Dano got himself a pillow, I think. He says he bites his pillow. That sounds about right, Dano. Reach out. We'll send you a pillow, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. Boys and girls, we have reached the end of our show. So let's go around, give our closing thoughts. Green Bean, any last words?
Yeah, so we're going to be continuing this in just a few minutes over on the Green Bean channel for the After Hours Jets Fest. I am keeping it to an hour tonight. I'm tired. I got to go to work in the morning. Dude, last week I did 2 fucking hours. I said, I'm doing an hour, guys. Help me out. Keep me to an hour. 2 hours later. So tonight is going to be an hour, but we got some good stuff. It's going to be consolidated. Sexy Grok is coming back.
Matt, any last words for our panel?
I'll be live with Jeremy tomorrow on my channel at 3:00. So come hang out as we chop it up on the state of the New York Jets.
I'm going to say it till I'm blue in the face. Make sure you re-sign Breece Hall. Do not trade him. Do not let him walk in free agency. I want a franchise tag or I want a 3-year contract. You're not going to spend $85 million of salary cap space this offseason on players worth a damn. Keep your own, pay your own. Breece Hall, free Breece in our offense, not trade him. Breece Hall, New York Jet for the foreseeable future. This is Talkin' Jets signing off. JETS.
Just go somewhere else. I can't take this nonsense anymore. How are you going to blame the defense?
I got the pouch. Screw Green Bean. Damn it.
But once you get to the sausage, I feel like we're doing something.
Go Jets.
What would you give up to see a Jets Super Bowl?
All of my friends and family.
Hit those milk thumbs, boys and girls.
Freeze run.
Hold on to your underwear, ladies, and stand by, bitches. It's now time for Talkin' Jets with your hosts, Matt, Ryan, and Green Bean.
Jets, Jets!